In this video, we're going to cover subcontractors, rentals, general conditions, and engineering in the HVAC and plumbing estimating spreadsheet from the MEP Academy. We're going to look at 4 sheets within this review. We're going to look at the subs, rentals, GCs, and engineering tab. So on your subcontractors tab, this is where you'll list all your HVAC and plumbing subs. So HVAC insulation you got here, just list the vendors that are bidding. You can put their contact, put the quote here. Once again, it'll automatically pick the lowest number. If you don't want the lowest number, let's say this is 2,500, 2,400. You see it keeps picking the low one. It'll always pick the lowest number. But if you don't want to use the lowest number, you can just put here, let's say you want to use the highest number because he has everything. You have to type it in here, and then now it carries that higher value. But initially, it's always going to look for the lowest value and put it here. If you want to override it, put the number here. Here's plumbing insulation, air and water balance, controls, automation, water treatment, chlorination. Here's the category for miscellaneous, competitive bidding, and here is you can list individual prices. These all work. This is not comparative as this is. This will only pick one of the 4 that you put here. This is each one of these numbers get carried. So if I put 2,500 here and I put another 2,500 here, it's cumulative. So you can put whatever you want in here, 5 additional separate items. And so that all carries there. You can see the 1005 is your total. And when you look at the summary, it's going to separate them by category here. The insulation will be separate. Air and water balance will be separate. Let's put something in here so we can see it on the other side. I'll put 5,000 and 5,000 so you can see that. Another 5,000 here. And we'll put 5,000 here just to make it easy to review. We go look at the summary. And you'll see going down here, here they are, your subcontracts. There's those 4 that we plugged in. Installation, HVAC, plumbing, air and water balance, and controls. Carries forward here, and it tells you what percentage of this total that value is. So they're each 18.1% of the total. And there's an other value in here that's taking up 27.4% that we plugged in at the bottom of that spreadsheet, subcontractor spreadsheet. So we go back to subs. So that's how sub works. Then we go over to rentals. And rentals, you have HVAC rentals, scissor lift, cranes, storage tanks, dumpsters. You name whatever you want over here. And I would put your whatever you normally pay for your rental rate, keep it here so you don't have to keep filling it out. And then you just pick how many months you got. Quantity, let's say you got 2 scissor lifts, you're going to be there for a month, and whatever your monthly rate is, put here, and that'll carry that for you. Plumbing rentals, same thing, just list your normal plumbing rentals and your normal rental rate, and then just put the quantity that you need. Here's crane. If you want to plug your crane based on actual way that the crane guy might look at it, he figures on how long it's going to take him to get to the site, 2 hours. How long does it take him to set up, mobilize, and then demobilize, tear apart your crane, build the crane, and then how much time you're going to be rigging, 4 hours, and travel back out, right? 2 in, 2 out, 2 to build, 2 to demob. So you end up with 12 hours, and his rate, whatever his rate is, 250, 300, whatever size crane, it's going to have a rate. And then permit and traffic control, street closure costs, long boom fee, counterweight fee, fuel charge, whatever, and miscellaneous. And then you can build your crane that way, but most of the time you're probably just going to get a quote. But anyhow, that's a convenient way to see how they build their cost. And then over GCs, your general conditions. Over here, this is your management team, your construction office, non-reoccurring, your construction office recurring cost, and subsistence if you're doing a project that's far from your home office and you have to pay for subsistence for the guys to stay overnight, rent a place for a month, whatever you got to do, food, per diem charge, so that's subsistence. And then over here is a convenient calculator to help you figure out how many hours you may need a guy, because not everybody's going to be full-time. Like maybe your senior project manager and your construction manager, they only stop by every so often. So let's say the project's 6 months long and they're going to stop by, maybe they see the project for 8 hours a week, so 32 hours in a month. So you need them for 192 hours. So you just come to your construction manager, put 192 hours, and there you go. It's just a convenient calculator to help you determine how many hours you're going to need the individual players. Like the project manager, he's going to be there full time. So, you got 6 months, and whatever the monthly, hourly number is, that's how long he's going to be there. Right? And over in engineering, same thing. If you do in-house engineering on design build projects, if you're doing a lot of plan and spec, then you're not going to be using this. This is basically if you're going to do a design build project, you can put in your hourly rate for your principals and all the different categories, CAD designer, assistants, site survey, you have to go out to the site, time to do RFI responses. So all that you can put in here. You just put quantity of hours you're going to need, and it'll give you a total. You can put miscellaneous materials. This is like for printing out documents, printing cost. Here's your printing cost, whatever it's going to be, so that carries. And so all those values are going to carry back on your summary sheet. So here's your engineering. There's the money for the drawings, material. And this was the labor hours. Right? Here's our general conditions. We put in project management. And here's the rentals, HVAC rentals. Right? And then the tax gets carried as part of your general conditions. So that's it for these 4 tabs.